Amin, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Contrary to what first of all, I want to thank the Gambian people for their support, always. I live for the Gambia, I die for the Gambia. I live for Africa, I die for Africa. And I will die fighting for the truth. But no human being can do anything to me, my government, or the Gambia. The Gambia is a blessed country. We have the Almighty Allah on our side, and nobody can do anything about it. Well, it was not a coup. It's a lie that it was a coup. It was attacked by dissidents based in the US, Germany, and UK. You know that all these weapons, some of these things were, some of the materials are US made that they have. And of course, also, we have a comprehensive plan that they have been planning. They have their literature. This was the final stage of their plan. They have stage one, stage two, that is, and then the final phase, that is stage three, that is the attack. And what is interesting is the fact that we were able to get all what they put in the computer. We were able to download everything. We were able to break the code. And the information that I will release tomorrow is very startling. The Gambia Armed Forces are very loyal. They are, as far as we are concerned, there isn't any single participation of the armed forces except in nullifying the attack. So it cannot be called a military coup because I've seen in some media houses saying that there was a coup. This wasn't a coup. This was an attack by terrorist group backed by some powers that I will not name now. But of course we know where the dissidents are based. They always talk about that they are friends of the Gambian people. But what we have seen now, every Gambian would know that they are not friends. It was an attack, and they had the plan. We have all the documents that we will show tomorrow. That they thought that by attacking State House and getting the State House, then the armed forces would join them, because they said, which is a big lie, that the armed forces are disgruntled, and so they were just waiting for that. And in fact, the Gambian people also were disgruntled, and as soon as they attack, they will take over the State House, and then Gambians will flood in their thousands to join them, and that's why they have this cut of weapons. Okay, so it cannot be called a coup, because a coup has to come from a regular armed forces. Of course, these are also soldiers that were dismissed. One of them was the State Guard commander, and he thought that because he was here, he knows everything about this place. Let me tell you one thing: no force can take over this place. No human force, unless by the Almighty Allah. And nobody can destabilize this country. I swear to the Almighty Allah. So anybody who comes to attack this country, be ready, because you're going to die. No matter who you are and who backed you. We have the Almighty Allah. It's the supreme power. Nobody can do anything about it. But Gambians should be aware of people that probably, hey, yeah, we are friends of the Gambian people, this and that, we'll have good relations. That is all a bunch of nonsense. They smile at you, and then as soon as you say, yes, our friend, you give your back, they stab you in the back. But Gambia will not be colonized. I made it very clear. Gambia will not be colonized twice. Gambians will never be enslaved twice. It will never happen. Till Ilayomidin. So it is not a coup, because the military is not involved in this. There is no single soldier, as far as I'm concerned, or police or any security agency that was involved in this. But they were banking on, because we have all the literature from the planning, from how they were going to buy the weapons, the type of weapons, all the list, I have it. Yes. So it is not a coup. It has nothing to do with the armed forces of the Gambia. The only thing the armed forces did was to get rid of them. That's all. To repel the attack. Also, I also want to thank all those who support us, because you can see that some media houses try to, at first they were negative, they were lying, and then so for some reason there are also people outside there who stood for us, and they use certain media platforms to tell the truth. And I want to really thank them for standing for the Gambia and standing for the truth. I'm surprised also to know that there are people that went out of their way to say that I have a Facebook. I don't. I don't. I don't, in fact, browse the internet.
You have a Facebook account?
I don't have any Facebook account. I'm not a member of any media, social media platform. I don't even browse them. I don't check anything. I'm not on any social media. And I would warn those who are doing, even if they have a good intention, let them not use my name because that's criminal. Somebody was prosecuted for that who used, in fact, he even called a general in Canada and said that I was going to appoint him ambassador to Canada. And the guy was almost about to come here. And he wrote to say, when is he coming? And we made it very clear that the protocols were surprised that he said he was talking to me on my Facebook. But we were able to trace the person, and the guy has been prosecuted and is in jail. And each time there is something, remember when there was this executions, Al Jazeera had nobody to interview but Bakari Bunjadawo. This time, in fact, when I saw him, I couldn't recognize him. He looked like somebody from outer space. And he was saying that my government is the most repressive. He said, I even kill footballers for playing football. But Gambians are not fools. So when somebody is desperate. But Bakari Bunjadawa has forgotten that he used to slap people. He used to beat people in his office. He has forgotten that. As vice president, he used to do whatever he wanted. He was so arrogant. And he didn't tell them the fact that he served in my government and ran away because he knew what he did. But I didn't talk to any news media, not even the Chadian. They didn't even ask me questions. The first time I'm talking about what has happened is here in Gambia and today. Yes. So I also want to thank the AU. They condemn it, but it's not a coup. They should at least condemn the terror attack. But of course, from the array of gadgets that you can see here, that one, bring me that. Yes. This is the latest version of night vision goggles. I know when I went on training, we were using bigger ones. Now this is so modern that it's very small and they are very sophisticated. You can see also this is 12.7. This is for vehicles, anti-aircraft. This is, and they have 2 guns for that. But what was also interesting is the fact that everything is in their documents. Everything is documented. Where they bought it is documented. Who they contacted with is also. So we will show some of that tomorrow. Since the investigation is ongoing, we will show you, and then it's up to you Gambians to read between the lines.
But are you surprised with the kind of weapons you've seen on this?
Yeah, I'm surprised because they are very expensive. So Lamin Sane, who just left not long ago, where was he able to get all the financing for this? Because this particular weapon may cost you about $30,000. Oh, yeah. Okay? Well, if it is on the cheap side. So I don't know exactly, you can see, try to lift it. It's safe, just lift it. So these are very expensive weapons. And okay, what they did was code the prices and where they're going to buy them. But of course, these weapons are very expensive.
What's your message to your counterpart among African leaders, a new breed of Pan-Africanists, and people who believe in social justice?
Well, my message for them, those who believe in Africa and those who are Pan-Africanist leaders, they are very few. But whatever the case may be, let the resources be for the benefit of your citizens, not outside companies or outside countries. You can see that when you give them all what they want, even if you kill people, thousands, they turn the other way. Say it's a democracy or it's fighting something, so and so. We've seen countries where people are massacred, rounded up and shot like dogs without any trial, without even evidence that they did anything wrong. They were never condemned. But here, when you deal with criminals that they have sponsored, they say, oh, it's a gross violation of human rights. But Gambians should know who are our friends and who are not our friends. And nobody can fool me. Oh, yes, good relation. Nobody is telling me to fight terror. Because I'm a true Muslim, and anything that is going to spoil the name of Islam, I'm going to fight it. I'm not doing it for anybody or to have friends. That's my belief. Islam is a noble religion of peace. And so these agents that they have sponsored to give Islam a bad name, we are going to fight them tooth and nail. I'm not doing it to please anybody. I'm doing it to defend true Islam, that is the religion of the Almighty Allah. And not these people that are sponsored, those drunkards that are sponsored to destabilize countries for these people to have access to their natural resources.
Final note, would you want to publicly, again, in the light of this development, reaffirm your commitment to the security of the Gambian people?
Now, without security, you cannot worship the Almighty Allah. And I would rather die than see a situation that prevents me from worshiping the Almighty Allah, or any Gambian being prevented from worshiping the Almighty Allah. So security does not compromise. Security does not compromise. And let the Gambians be assured of security. Let them go around their personal business. But also those who connive with people like this, be ready, because I'm going to set an example. Because some people help them to bring these weapons in, hide them up to day of operation. And I want all the same Gambians to be policemen of their own. Because, thank God they attack the State House. Imagine if they attack innocent people. It would have been a catastrophe for Gambian people. So let them know that their security is paramount. Let nobody fool them. That's all I have to. Because they will, anybody involved in this will pay a high price, and very soon. Not even very soon, and I mean very soon. So let them go and enjoy themselves. Security. You have a loyal armed forces, you have a very loyal police and all the security forces in this country. And what is more important, Allah is with us. Where the army cannot see, Allah would see them. Yes. So all of us should be united as a country. And let us understand that what we have here is what they want to destroy. They don't want us to move forward. They don't want to see a small independent Gambia develop. But we will develop whether they like it or not, by the grace of the Almighty Allah. Yes. So go around and play your... Okay, but one security that I warn you is don't drink.
Thank you, sir.
Don't drink. Don't sniff. Don't... Boy, recommend.